So we're going to start off today with some upper limb exercises. What we're going to use today are either if you have any weights at home, cans of tinned tuna, or whether it be some diced vegetables, whatever works best for you. But our first exercise today is going to be lower arms. Using two weights, we're going to use tinned tuna for example. Don't have to be this size, whatever feels comfortable to you. Hands on the chest. We're going to push one arm up, one arm to the side. We're going to alternate between the two. If we find this too difficult, we can stick to bringing the arms in the same direction for 30 seconds and then alternating to the opposite side for 30 seconds. If you're finding this too easy, alternate between left and right. We're then going to move on to a single arm bent over row. Now for most of you that don't have weights at home, the best thing to use are shopping bags. So for today's purposes, we're going to use our tinned tuna. I've also got the weights here in the gym, so we can throw a couple of the weights in the bag and we can do our exercise now. So the single arm bent over row, make a good grip on the bag, give the hand a little bit of a wrap around. Now it's good to use any furniture you may have in the house. So a chair for example, what we're going to do, hand down on the bench, arm nice and straight. We've got the other hand extended down towards the floor, back nice and flat. We're going to row up, row down, up, down, up, down. We're going to continue this on for 1 minute. Once the 1 minute has completed, get up, grab a drink of water if need be, switch the weight to the opposite side, and we're going to repeat once again. Hand nice and straight, back flat, hand to the floor, pulling up, down, down. Very simple. We're then going to move on to bicep curls. Now, depending on how you're feeling, you may want to do one hand at a time. You can hold on to the bag like so and do your bicep curl, repeating 1 minute once again. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, feel free to grab a second shopping bag. We'll throw some weights in or some tinned vegetables, whatever feels good. We're going to hold on to the two bags and we're going to repeat, same thing. We've got our standing bicep curls with shopping bags. So things that work around the house, bottles of detergent work really well, bottles of soft drink if you have those, or even just using school shoes or books that you may have. Very, very simple. What we're then going to move on to is push-ups for upper body. What I like to use is a sturdy surface. We can either use a chair or the wall or a dining room table or a kitchen bench, for example. A very, very good source of equipment we can use for this push-up. So once the hands on the bench nicely, we're going to push forward and up, keeping the back nice and flat, hips nice and neutral, no bums up in the air and no wandering shoulders. The best way for a push-up is to have the shoulders over the hands, pushing down, coming up, pushing down, coming up. Repeat so exercise for 1 minute. We're going to then move on to a tricep extension. Once again, our lovely shopping bags. Make sure we find a weight that feels comfortable for our arms. We're going to wrap it up. Very similar to the bent over row. We're going to have one hand straight on the bench, the other arm up by its side. We're going to extend backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. For most of you, when we're doing the tricep extension on the cable row, we're thinking about putting money underneath our armpit. If you don't have money at home, credit cards, a wallet, maybe a piece of A4 paper work really well to making sure you keep your elbow in by your side when you're doing the extension for the tricep. Our last upper body exercise that we're going to do is an isometric push-pull exercise. Now what we can use a chair for this, or we can use a door frame, whatever feels comfortable for you. What we're going to do is, using a chair, we're going to have one hand over the top of the chair, one hand in front of the chair. I like to put my knee on just to give it a bit more stability. I'm going to push with one hand and pull with the opposite hand. We're going to hold this position for 1 minute. Release. We're then going to switch. The hand that was pushing is now going to reach over. The hand that was pulling is now going to come in front. And we repeat the same exercise once again. Hold for a minute. And once completed, relax. Making sure that you're staying well hydrated and having maybe a 20 to 30 second break between each of the exercises for the upper limb. Hope you enjoy these ones.